All right, people, we are here today. We are here today and stuff. Day before New Year, Christmas Eve. I'm getting ahead of myself. I'm talking about New Year's already. That's next week. Anyway, we're here doing our thing. Hope you guys enjoy this show.
Good
And a Merry
morning.
Christmas to you all.
Yeah, Merry Christmas. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, whenever time you get an opportunity to watch this show. But we continually ask you to like and subscribe.
Absolutely.
Even if you look at the show for 5, 10 minutes.
Absolutely.
We don't do segments, we do conversation.
Absolutely. And you can join. Just put down your comments. We don't care who you are. You can be a bot. Just stuff.
Wait a minute, I heard that term. What is a bot?
Huh?
I heard that term before. What is a bot?
Oh, those are bots. Are people are different. Some people use them as programs. Some people do them, and they go out and they find different programs out there, and they put out a whole lot of bull crap and stuff on your social media site.
Mm. So they AI us, huh?
Well, most of them are manually done and stuff and everything, but and most of the time these folks are being paid to do this. They have people out there. Some of them are in our country, some of them are outside of our country, and they're paid to go out and look at social media sites, Facebook, TikTok, all them places and stuff, and wherever someone that they are intending to uh, do damage to. Some of our folks like Hakeem Jeffries and everybody else, they put stuff out there on their site, and they got people out there who their job is to go out there and put bull crap out.
Well, one thing for sure, Democrats don't be putting a whole lot of bull crap because I sure see Trump putting a lot of bull crap out there.
Yep. Well, he puts his own stuff out, and but he's had
No,
a
they got ads here, whole lot of ads, different ads of Trump talking bullshit
well
on the
his
ACA and all that mess.
well he has I think he has a group of folks out there whose job specifically is to go out there and dispute those bots and stuff that's going on out there. He has he has some folks out there that he pays to go out and do stuff for him.
You
So it's
know
tit
that
for
right?
tat.
That stuff works here. It
It tit for
works.
tat. Well, sometimes it does and sometimes it doesn't. Have you uh have you heard about this thing called fan base?
Oh yeah,
Oh, okay. You know the one of the founders of it is Isaac Hayes' son.
yeah.
Yeah, well, he has a thing out there that he thinks and stuff will is a defender against these bots and everything. He thinks that he has something that people can use and stuff, especially these politicians who are being inundated with bots. So he's out there telling people and stuff to come and join his platform called Fanbase. He doesn't allow any. I guess he brings folks in. They pay him and stuff to get on to his platform, and they can put out all kinds of stuff to their constituents and everything. And nobody's allowed to come on there and place any comments or anything like that. It's strictly a professional type of platform. So he, I guess he has people out there who are using it. He's trying to get
Yeah,
politicians to use it. Yeah,
we got pretty close to 2 million people.
yeah. He has he had a good idea. Yeah, but it's the only bad part about it and everything. It doesn't allow your constituents or the people that you are trying to reach out to interact and everything with you. There's no interaction at all. Only thing it is that you send your stuff out, and there is no body that's interacting and stuff back with you. That's the only bad part about it, because you don't know what folks are thinking when you're using his platform. But it serves its purpose if that's what you want. I was listening to a show today, Ted, and they had him on there, fan base, and they also had a young lady on there named Angela something. She's from Dallas, Texas, and Isaac Hayes III was on there. He was on there promoting his fan base, and there was the host guy on there. I have never seen him before, but anyway, they had mentioned something that I didn't know about, and I guess by Isaac Hayes and stuff being in tune and stuff with what the heck's going on out there, because he specifically and stuff is targeting politicians and everything. He said something that I didn't realize. We have 7 young black ladies who are running for the U.S. Senate.
Really?
Yep. There's 7 of them running for the U.S. Senate. Not only Jasmine Crockett, but there are 6 more. They are running for the United States Senate. There's a young lady and stuff in Oklahoma. She's running for the Senate seat there. I guess the senator and stuff in that state and stuff is getting ready to, he's leaving the Senate, retiring. There's a young lady and stuff out of South Carolina. She's running for the U.S. Senate and stuff. She's running against Lindsey Graham. And surprisingly, there are 2 black ladies and stuff running out of Illinois. One of the ladies is a lieutenant governor, and the other lady is a congressperson. Her name is Robin Kelly, and the other lady is named Julian Stratton, and I've seen her before because she's sitting there on the side of the governor and stuff a lot of times when he's standing on the pulpit talking. There's a young lady, you won't believe where she's from. Her name is Priscilla Williams Teal. She's running for Senate seat out of Mississippi. She's running against this lady. Her name is Smith. I think she just ran for her first time, and she beat out some black guy and stuff there in Mississippi and stuff about 4 or 5 years ago, and she's running for her seat. Miss Till and stuff is a cousin of Emmett Till, and where's that one at? Where is she at? Where's she at? There was another one here. Oh, there's a Pamela Stevenson. She's running for the U.S. Senate out of Kentucky.
They ain't playing, bro.
They ain't playing. These black women and stuff is out there, man.
They ain't playing.
They throwing their hat in the ring. Now, some of them probably won't be able to make it. The lady coming out of South Carolina, she hasn't even ran for office before. She's an activist, and she decided to throw her hat in the ring. Miss Till and stuff out of Mississippi probably won't win either. But she has name recognition behind her, so she might put up a good fight, but I doubt if she'd be able to beat Smith out. The lady in Oklahoma and stuff and everything, she's part Indian. She comes off the she's from the Choctaw Indian tribe. The lady in Kentucky and stuff and everything, she's got a big headwind against her and everything, because she's running for Mitch McConnell's seat, and I don't know who's running against her. at all. But Mitch McConnell resigning, so it's a wide open field there. So we probably will get at least one of them out of Illinois because you got two strong candidates and stuff there, the lieutenant governor and stuff. This lady and stuff, she ran for lieutenant governor there in Illinois, and she got enough votes and stuff there to win. So she's probably going to be a real strong candidate. And so far, Miss Jasmine Crockett and stuff out of Texas and stuff, she's running, and she looks like she might be able to get past this primary in March and stuff. I don't know what's going to happen and stuff in the general election, but they say she's got a strong hand, very strong hand. So we shall see. We shall see. Anyway, that's my little start. So what's up, Mr. Harvey?
Well, today I've been looking at different stuff and reading different stuff, and I was looking at C-SPAN today, and they're doing a big, United Nations thing on Venezuela. And you got these people pretty upset about what the United States is doing. And so right now, they chit-chatting about it. Each person is saying what they got to say and how much they don't appreciate it. Some people thinking that they might be doing the right thing and what have you. They don't like the fact that some of them don't like the fact that the United States is too aggressive. But at least they're bringing it to the table and they're communicating about it. You know, the Venezuelan representative was there. I didn't get a chance to hear him speak. However, Trump don't care. And what they're going to do about it. So then, of course, all over the news now, it's even gotten worse here. The Epstein tapes and emails.
I was just going to say something about that.
Photos.
It's a mess out there, buddy.
Crazy.
There's a mess out there. And I guess the bad part about it for Trump is that they got some Republicans out there who did set on adjudicating this shit and everything and talking about impeaching Pam Bondi.
It's getting crazy. It's getting crazy. I mean, the thing is that there's a lot of people putting out the word, and we've been knowing this, and we touched on it a few years back. We know that it's a pedophile ring. We know that it's some kind of something going on because we knew, and I know that I spoke about it when they was taking those little kids. They took them from California all the way to New York, Arizona all the way to New York. They was paying these people millions of dollars to house these people temporarily. This is under Trump era, and then separating their parents and shipping these kids off. And God only knows where they at and what they're doing now. We don't even know. And it was a big stink about it when under Biden, and Biden was trying to get these kids back to these parents. So the thing is that according to reports of these people and the emails, the FBI has been turning their head because there's a lot of important, supposed to be people that's involved in this. They claim that it's over 20, couple of dozen almost, people that collaborated with Epstein.
And they have their names. Their names.
Yeah.
And they already had, according to them, asked it a bit further, they sent them subpoenas and stuff to come before the grand jury.
Yeah.
But they have to
So
put their names out.
the thing is though, you know, yeah, I go with my little. This ain't a self-righteous thing, but I'm just saying the shit is crazy because when you got a drug ring going on in America, you got a pedophile ring going in America, you know, and then you have this money laundering going on in America. That's why, you know, I don't know if you remember some years ago, I was talking about the undercover money, under the table money. That's about, I figured it out. It's about $1 trillion worth of money, maybe more, of stuff that's going on under the table. And, you know, and that's what has been keeping American, I would say, for various people on top, because they can buy bars and they can buy nightclubs, they can buy all kinds of, you know, different little things that they can buy and put fronts up. Just like we have the cartel doing the same thing here in America. And the FBI know about all this stuff that's going on. And they have been using a lot of side steps to distract us. But, you know, a lot of people have common sense. They know a lot of things that's going on after dark and nowadays during the day. So they putting that shit right out there in the broad daylight. But you know, when it's only 3% of the people that's doing this, it sort of kind of moves money. You know, people buying stuff. So as long as people buying stuff and spending money, you know, they taking money, they stealing money, they getting money in all kind of little crooked ways, but that money is being spent, and so therefore the retail people are happy. You know, they don't ask no questions. A lot of these people don't even ask no questions. You paying cash for your car? Yeah, okay. They figure it out some kind of way. So, you know, all kind of stuff, houses, all that. So we've been on, this is nothing new, but the point is that they, these people been dealing with pennies, nickels, and dimes, and when the big kahunas are just walking up and down the street, catching their private planes and doing what they do, you know. So and a lot of people, period, Americans, sort of kind of look the other way. They know that shit is going on, all kind of stuff going on. But we stay within our own selves and try to keep away from that kind of stuff. But it's a whole lot of stuff going on, and we talked about this a number of times. But hey, we don't have the inside track, people. All we know is that it's happening. Read between the lines. Read the stories of what's going on. All you gotta do is read between the lines. All you gotta do is find out what's going on. You know, a lot of these banks are being sabotaged and everything, and you don't even hear about that no more. Billions of dollars a year. These people that are FBI agents and all these different agents and stuff. You know, a lot of them, not all of them, but some of them, they getting kickbacks. We already know that. They've been doing that for years. Whatever happened to all them hundreds of pounds of thousands of pounds of drugs that's been found? Did they burn it up? They put it in the incinerator? We don't know. Do they keep it and store it up there and claim it's for evidence? For what? So we don't know what's happening with all this stuff that's going on. And they don't even give us the whole story. Let me tell you, I can give you 5 stories right now that things have happened and we have not heard a damn thing of what's going on. The boy that shot at Trump got killed. Ain't heard nothing about it. The boy that shot Kurt, we ain't heard nothing about it.
They are in they're in negotiations and they're in court. There's a lot of legal maneuvering going on. So and the reason why you probably aren't hearing a whole lot about him and everything because the FBI and everybody who's in charge of that stuff, their job now is to save Trump. they done put everybody that they can think of to save Trump's ass, and some of those other billionaires' asses and shit there who's out there. That's where their thing is concentrated at. They ain't trying to do anything about it. The man's he's in jail, so they ain't even worried about him. Their thing is to save Trump's ass, and whatever they can do to save his ass, they're gonna do it. Now, he could have did like Bill Clinton did. He tried to drag Clinton in, and Bill said, "Okay, anything I got, I'm gonna give it to you." He put all that shit out there. He got pictures of him, Donald Trump, and everybody sitting up there. Got the little girl was sitting there with him and everything. He put all that shit out there. Say, "Hey, I'm putting this stuff out here. You can't be holding me hostage." So, hey, the worst thing in the world, Ted, that you can do with a scandal is let that goddamn shit just sit there and just simmer. And the more it simmers and the more it keeps this shit there out there in the daily thing, the worse it's gonna get. You might as well just go ahead. Everybody know you're a pedophile, so just throw it on out there. Hell yeah, I'm a pedophile. He had already said he can kill somebody on down in Manhattan on Fifth Avenue in front of the big signs. I can go out there and shoot somebody and I ain't going to jail. So why are you still sitting there holding this shit back? I don't know. It's just sitting there simmering, and it makes the shit worse. Let all that shit out and be done with it. And then do like a lot of the preachers and stuff do, Ted. You got to make the Lord forgive me. Had the preachers come there to the White House and put their hands on him and shit and say, "God damn it, we gonna save him and everything now." That's all he need. Shit, he get it out the way there. Yep. Drop the nice forgiveness and everything is fine. Go ahead on with this shit. He can get out. He can get it out of the daily thing and keep on going. It'll just fall away.
I was only 40 years old.
Yeah, that's it. That was a long time ago. And I was, I'm asking, even I'm asking for forgiveness. I got these preachers up in here and everything praying for me. They praying for my soul. So I can go to him.
Well, one of the things that I'm sort of kind of tripping off of is that, Michelle Obama, God bless her, beautiful lady.
Yeah.
And she got a book out, and so she's been going on tour. And it's just strange that all of a sudden, now I know they've been working on this documentary thing in Netflix for the second lady, the first lady, Melania. And they just spruced it all up and everything, and it's going to be on Netflix. I think it costs $40 million, and they'll tell her how much she's going to get for it.
God, they already paid her, and they're talking about putting on a show. They're gonna have a movie. We're gonna pay her for a movie.
So the thing is that you look at the contrast of the first ladies, and one of the things that they have been comparing to, I'm talking about the mega people, Michelle and Melania, talking about, oh, she's so statuesque, she's so beautiful, blah, 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 blah. And we know that she can't even touch Michelle when it comes to so many things. However, the question is, American people are not going to lift up Michelle. But I can guarantee you, those trolls from Melania going to be praising her from head to toe.
Nah, they can't. They ain't gonna do that.
They're going to do it.
No. Because every
And
time
even showed, Russia
every
showed
time,
naked pictures of that woman.
they're gonna put them naked pictures out there. And then last week, the Donald went down to North Carolina and talked about her panties.
Yeah.
He said, "Pull up what you did with her panties." I said, "This nigga crazy." If I was Melania, I'd slap his ass. he talking about her panties. They did her panties. They he just dragging her out there. And you know damn well, Ted, that Putin and the Russian folks ain't gonna let that shit go. Anytime she get up there and get too high up on the hog there and everything, they gonna start putting shit out there on her. They got some more pictures of her. They got some more pictures of her. I know they do. They got a whole lot of shit on her. So whatever him or her get out of whack, you're gonna see them daggone Russians and stuff. They're gonna start putting shit on their goddamn newspaper and shit. And I know they got pictures of her. And not only butt naked, they probably got some pictures of her out there on. But Ted, this Epstein thing, it is going to get uglier and uglier and uglier. Those girls have made a commitment when they was on the steps of the Capitol and stuff back in the fall, and they said they were going to allow the FBI to deal with this stuff and everything. But Time Bondi and stuff and all of them playing games with this shit and everything. These girls said right after the first year, they coming to do another daggone committee thing with the either the Senate or the House of Representatives. They're gonna a whole bunch of them gonna come down there and talk, and they're gonna open their mouth.
Well, that's a dangerous thing to do. And this right here is going to ruin their lives. However, if they get through it, those that do make it through, they got a big civil case.
Big one.
And the boy Epstein got a lot of money stored somewhere. And that money is going to come to fruition. That's the reason why these lawyers, they got different people. They got groups of people. So many lawyers got these women, and they looking for a big paycheck.
Well, why you think Ghislaine or whatever her name is, Maxwell, trying to get out of jail? That bitch trying to find. She know where that money is at. She trying to get you that money before they find it. She trying to get you that money and stuff and get it out of wherever it's at and get the cutting.
She can get the cutting all she wanted, but she can't have, bro.
Well, she can head to Russia. They ain't got an extradition treaties over there in Russia.
Well, that's true.
They ain't got extradition treaties in Russia. None. She can go right over there to Russia and live like a king. A queen.
That's true.
Yeah, straight over there. And it's because they know she got folks over there who are gonna protect her, as long as she got that money. Yep, she trying to get Trump to get her out of there, give her a pardon, so she can get the hell out of there and go get that money and stuff, so she can go and live comfortable. Yeah, and there's a lot of billionaires and stuff out there, Ted. I believe that they're gonna pay a whole lot of money to keep this shit hid. They ain't done with that money out there. They got too much money and they do not want to be out there. And I think before them girls get up there on Capitol Hill and start saying something, somebody gonna be calling up one of them lawyers and stuff and say, hey, you know, keep my name out your mouth. You got some money coming.
I agree.
Got some money coming. Keep my name out your mouth. You got some money coming. I'm gonna put it. I got some money over here sitting over there in a Swiss bank account, and here the daggone numbers. This is your money. Leave my name out your mouth, please.
Well, I don't know what we're gonna do, bro, as far as this country go, because I would say 40%, maybe 30, maybe 45% of the American people is living a pretty good, righteous life. You know, a normal life. You know, they ain't into a whole lot of, you know, you got some, you know, we went through this. I ain't gonna repeat all that stuff. You know, all the little problems. You know, I was just looking at a report. They were saying something like 23 million people is addicted to drugs. So, you know, that's a lot of people. You know, they got all kinds of all these rehabilitation places, which they was getting government money. I wonder if they're going to continue to get that money. Whereas, you know, as I've said many times, they put all our black folks in jail. They didn't send them to rehabilitation. You using drugs, you going to jail. 9 years, 10 years, 20 years, 30 years. You
they
selling
got
drugs?
they got enough money, Ted. They can stay out of jail for as long as they want. Got enough money, you can stay out of jail as long as you want. That's how our boy made all of his money. He kept a whole bunch of them folks out of jail for a long time, 4 or 5 years. He guaranteed him at least 5 years. I keep you out of jail as long as you pay me.
Who you talking about?
Our boy,
Who?
our boy, he bit the dust. EL,
Who?
EL. That's how he
I
made
don't
his
know who
money.
that.
That's how he made his money. I was sitting there watching it.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah, I sat there and watched him. Oh, I sat there and watched him for a million years. He and I sat down there. I see them boys walk in the door and stuff. Drop about 10 grand on the table and stuff and everything. It's all right. We got you. Yeah, he was buying up houses and stuff down there on the south side. He owned about 2 or 3 houses down there.
More than that, bro. I told you I talk to him once or twice a week, man, and we spend 2 hours on the phone.
Yeah, man. That's how he made his living, man, for a long time. Shoot, he kept one of them boys from Pembroke out of jail for a long time.
Yeah.
I mean, I watched him. He kept him out of jail because that boy was in big trouble. They caught his ass interstate. He was bringing it across the states. Driving from Florida to Illinois. They caught his ass. Somebody told on him. He kept him out for a long time. But he finally, after a while, he just, hey man, you got to go. You got to go to jail, bro. I think he spent about 5 or 6 years in there at the pen. Oh yeah, there was a whole bunch of them around there. That was his job there. After he left the state's attorney's office, he said, "Shit, I can make more money than that doing this than the state's attorney's office." Shit, he making more money in a month than he making in a fucking year.
Yeah, that's true. He told me
Dude,
some of the stories, but he didn't mention no names. But I can figure it
I
out.
saw a couple. I saw a couple of them walk in the door when I'm sitting there with him. He said, "Hold on here." Walk in there, they got that. They got the envelope full of cash thrown on the table. All right, okay, man. Don't bring that money. You going? I said, "Go." I said, "Go, my brother." He said, "Hey, Bishop, this is very lucrative here." He said, "Fuck the state's attorney's office." I got to sit down there. They broke him in, and after that, he just left. Oh man! But anyway, man, I don't know what's going to happen, Ted. The FBI office and stuff and everything, they full of them daggone folks up in there. Somebody is getting ready to turn state's evidence and shit and do some whistleblowing. And in the DOJ. So I would think that the little Pammy and stuff and my boy that they better watch out because they got some folks around there gonna probably turn stakes on them and it's gonna be a big mess. They're gonna have to depend on Trump to pardon them. But it's gonna affect Bonnie a lot worse than it is the other boy because she's gonna lose her law license. You can't stop that. You can't stop that. So after next month, I've been hearing drum beats there that they're going to that we may have another government shutdown sometime in January. They may have to shut that place down again because them Republicans didn't do what they said they were going to do after that last shutdown. They did not have that vote like they promised them to have for the Affordable Care Act. So it left them Democrats with egg on their face, all of them. After they get back, they said they got 20 some days of legislative session left, and then if they can't get these fucking bills passed, they're gonna have another damn shutdown. So we are going to see what's going to happen. Anything else, my brother, before we keep on going here?
Well, you know, I'm gonna say this, and I'll be quite honest. I have not been keeping up with the stock market, but see, I know this shit happens every year. These CEOs and people that's they little officers, COOs and directors and all that, they be getting their cash, selling their bonds, selling their stocks, their shares. They'll take 30,000 shares and get a couple of million or 10 million or whatever so they can have a good Christmas. They've been doing this shit for a long time, playing the American people because they got a guaranteed money with the 401k. They got guaranteed money with the retirement pension plans. They got the guaranteed money coming from overseas, left and right, investing in all these companies. So they can they can they can do a little profit taking. So that's what they do. You can go into certain sites and they show you a list of people that's taking profits. That's the game they play, bro. That's how they become richer and richer. And they be able to buy them new cars and second homes and take them lavish vacations and upscale. I ain't talking about upscale cruises, but I'm talking about upscale cruises. And they laughing all the way to the bank, bro. They're just saying, hey, and here we are. Some of these people, man, they can't even take a vacation. They can't even take Christmas off. And then I heard somebody on C-SPAN talking about these people want to make $30 an hour. They can't, blah 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 blah. This is crazy. Hell, if you ain't making $30 an hour, you ain't even keeping up with. That's only what, about 62, maybe $65,000 a year. That ain't no money these days.
Ted, these guys are making this in 2 minutes.
Yeah,
In two
that's what I'm
minutes.
saying.
In two
What I'm
minutes.
saying is that these they complaining because people are demanding to make $30 and $40 an hour.
They make that in 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Some of them make more than that in 2 minutes. Chevron Corporation, they just laid off 6,000 people.
Yep.
Tesla, 9,000.
Yep.
BP, 15,000 employees they throwed off worldwide. Intel, 1,600 people in the Houston area alone. Halliburton, 3,000 people in Texas. They're starting to tell what's going on. John Deere, they done laid off a bunch of folks. Ford laid off a whole bunch of people. GM has laid off a whole bunch of people. Stellantis has laid off a whole bunch of people. And the list is long and it's going on. And some of these people and stuff are on permanent layoff. They said they may not ever get a job back again. They're done. But all these folks around here, they trying to cover that mess up, especially the Republican governors. Oh, yeah, I mean, we asked about it. It ain't nothing. People like being laid off. They have no visible means and stuff of being hired again. Nowhere.
But Ed, they're not reporting on that. Now in the business news, they might say something in certain sectors, However, to them, that's a good thing because then that means, less money spent on labor. And that means the stock goes up. And people saying, hey, they're being fruitful. But the local news and people like that, they should be reporting on that, and the national news should be reporting on that.
And they're not doing it. They're not reporting on it.
Because, because what they're saying is, we have this all the time, they're just trying to, make their stock, look good and all that. No. Nowadays, man, hey, you might not come back. Because, they got that AI now, your job might be eliminated.
Well, all those people, those numbers that I just threw out there, these people are on permanent layoff. They have terminated them. They have been terminated. And the reason why I found out about them because most of them are in Texas, in the energy sector.
Why is the energy sector, I wonder why is the energy sector so vulnerable? Now, I know why, but I'm just I'm bringing it up. Get your opinion.
It has something to do with the rise and fall of oil prices. And there's a lot of cheap oil out there. And people are going to outside this country, most of these folks and stuff are going to electric vehicles. They don't need any more fossil burning fuel cars. They are looking for electric cars now. They don't need any more fossil fuel. So the oil prices and stuff is starting to drop. That's why you see Saudi Arabia and stuff going away from oil, from OPEC. They're not even worried about Amaroq at all. They're going into finances, going into banking and all kinds of other stuff, and financing folks is buying buildings up and everything. They moving away from it because they know that the days of fossil fuel and stuff it's going away.
Well, you remember when I told you that we done went from 8,000 people that's on the stock market, 8,000 companies. Now we got 4,000. See, these companies, they're either going out of business or they're being bought off, and they're being monopolized. And that was one of the things that Joe Biden and his administration was trying to stop. All these companies buying up all these other companies, and a lot of these companies want to be bought out because the people that's in charge and have investments in there. Hey, I want to get my money, get on out of here. You want $10 billion? Okay. They pay off their debts, and then they give them the company.
Well, Chevron, when they moved from California to Texas, they moved to Texas and they bought out Hess Oil for 40-some billion dollars.
Yep.
They bought him for 40-some billion dollars, and a year later, they laid off a whole group of folks.
Yep.
Bought him out.
Yeah. Well, the people that was running that organization and the stock market, they was happy. They got their money.
Yep.
That's the game they playing now, bro. That's
And
the game they playing.
and the folks who are suffering is the ones who are those regular employees, because the people on top, they floating in money.
Yeah.
Like you said, they floating in money. They don't give a crap.
Yeah. Hess employees been there 15, 17 years, and all of a sudden they're out of a job.
Out of job. And most of them in they middle ages and stuff, like 49,
Yeah.
50 years old.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody gonna hire them. Nobody gonna hire them.
No.
They through.
Years ago, when I first came to B of A, there was a bank called Nations Bank. And Bank of America bought Nations Bank. And B of A paid off those Nation Bank employees, I'm talking about the top tier, millions of dollars. Millions of dollars. They got a buyout.
Golden parachute.
Yeah, golden parachute. And those are the people that makes the money, not the regular workers. Those clerks and tellers and regular bankers, they had to move on to another bank or didn't get employed or whatever the case may be. That's what happens when you start. It's just like Walmart. Walmart has shut down more small businesses than any corporation in America. When Walmart comes to town, you can forget it, bro.
All your little mom and pop stores is gone.
Gone.
They can't compete.
They can't compete. And here's the thing. I was listening to Karen Hunter this morning. I love Karen Hunter. She's she thinks just like us, bro. She's but the only thing is she's a bona fide journalist, smart as a whip, and she keeps it real. And the one thing that she advocates, we got to keep it moving. Basically, I'm just paraphrasing. She ain't talking like that, but in other words, you have to keep on moving because you have your ebbs and flows, your ups and downs, and sometimes it's good and sometimes it's bad. But no matter what, you just keep it going.
Keep moving.
You just keep it moving. And the thing is that you just have to ride that horse, but you don't give up. You don't give up the ship. And right now she's talking about what's going on in the black community. She's always talking about the black community, but she's really actually for America. And she understands the racism, the prejudice, the white supremacists, and all this stuff. But the bottom line is that the American people, because there are, as Joy Reid called them, I ain't heard her been saying that lately, spicy whites. But there are a lot of good people out there, all colors, all nationalities, ethnic groups, and we as a country, have to keep our freedom and fight for our freedom. They call it democracy. Well, okay, I call it freedom. So we just got to keep on fighting, man. Some kind of way. I don't know, we too old, we can't get out there, we can't do nothing. We can do a little bit here and there and all that. And then we have our show and we're talking about it. But the bottom line is these younger people are going to have to step up their game. They're going to have to get more informed. They're going to have to know what time it is, know our history, but we can't live on our history. We got to, right now is history. We are in what they call the urgency of now.
And one other important thing, Ted, that they need to know is that they cannot be afraid to take over. If you got an older person and they sitting in your way, you're gonna have to push them down. They got to get out their way and let you go ahead and do what you got to do, because some of us folks and stuff are hard headed.
And you
We
ain't
don't
got
want
to
to
put
get
them
out the
down,
way.
Ed.
We don't want to get out the way.
You ain't got to put them down. You ain't got to talk about them like they ain't shit. They done some good service. But
Absolutely, but you need to bogart them out the way. That's like in a good game of the basketball, you got elbow them out the way so you can get the rebound.
there you go.
Ain't nothing to it. I'm getting the rebound.
Put that butt on them. Put that butt on them and knock them down.
Yes, sir. Get that elbow over there and get that rebound. That's my ball now.
Telling you,
Hey,
bro.
ain't no big deal. Hey,
These young people, but you got to be ready. You can't be bringing no little sorry BS. You got to be ready. You got to be ready. It's a lot of smart people out there. A lot of smart young black people out there. Politics is tough. Politics is rough. You got to take the hits. Whole lot of hits. Because you might say something that's stupid and say something incorrect. You might do something stupid, but you got to keep it moving. Ain't nobody perfect. They want these perfect politicians. Ain't no such thing as no perfect politician. But what you got to do is you got to do the right thing. That's what you got to do. You got to do the right thing and stand for justice. That's what you got to do.
Final word,
right
brother.
And stand for justice.
Final word. We at the end.
Ed, we are in a Christmas season, Ed.
I know.
We supposed to be merry, joyful. And I was talking to my wife. She was telling me I can't get my joy. I'm trying to find my joy. You turn on the radio station and they're playing all these little doo-wop Christmas songs, and it's not the Christmas spirit. But I'm telling y'all, the joy of the Lord is your strength. The joy of the Lord is your strength. Count it. I'm telling you, the joy of the Lord is your strength. That's all I gotta say, man. Hey, nothing can take my joy. Nothing. No matter what.
You heard
Joy
it,
of the
people,
Lord
from
is my
Ted. Find your joy. You got to find your joy, folks.
Find your joy.
The only thing that we can tell you to find your joy and keep it rolling. Don't
Keep it moving.
let these people take you down. Keep
Don't
it
let them take you
going.
down.
Talk to you guys later. Bye bye.